Gillie da Kid did an interview with Shannon Sharpe, and he confirmed that Noah Scurry, the star basketball player, 17-year-old that just got unalived in front of his mother, is the same kid that brought Gillie's son to an early grave. This is deeper than rap. Hip-hop is really brainwashing our babies, and it gotta stop. 7 Day. Hit that notification bell. Hit that subscribe button. We're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down. We got memberships now, $1.99 a month. Let's go. You tuned in to the 7 Day Theory. Hard body, hard spirit.
Scurry scored the highest among the Fells community on the SAT tests.
The student who was killed was exceptional. No problems from him whatsoever, according to the principal and other staff members. As you might imagine, they are distraught.
Scurry's mom surrounded by loved ones today, including the basketball coach and other staff from the high school. Grief counselors were also on site and will be as needed, according to district officials. Students say they could feel the impact all day.
When you saw him around, you knew he brought good energy to everybody.
Whenever he entered a room, the room always lit. You know, it was always a smile on somebody's face when they were around them. He had a whole future ahead of him, too. It's scary to think about.
I just read, I saw about this 17-year-old basketball player, straight A student. Am I wrong, Gillie? It used to be like the athletes, they got protected.
Right.
Nobody touched them. Hey, he good now. He gonna be what we, they're gonna be talking about the block. He from the block, he got out. They protected those guys. What happened?
That's who killed my son.
The 17?
Yeah. The 17-year-old basketball player that just got shot 17 times?
Yes.
That's who killed my son.
Really?
Yes.
What was that about?
Well, it wasn't for my son.
Your son happened to be there?
Yes.
Oh.
Them blocks is beefing. They going through it. My son just so happened to pull up out there 5 minutes. They come to shoot the block up. My son's not from that block. He don't, you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He just so happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
What the?
That's how deep it is.
Bro, he has the potential to get out.
Right.
And he living that life?
No. But see, you don't understand. He got videos out where he got a Joker mask on.
Right.
Bunch of guns in his hand. So these kids is influenced by all the wrong things.
Right.
To shit that don't matter. You know what I mean?
Right.
To shit that once upon a time when I was growing up in the ghetto, I was influenced by.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you experience things, when you go places, when a vacation to you is not going through a toll booth. So you gotta understand, if you from Philly right now, go to Atlantic City and you call them and they say they out of town. Yo, I'm OT, I hit you, nigga, you 45 minutes away, nigga, you went through the toll booth. The f are you talking about? That's how poor the city is.
Right.
Motherfucker go to Atlantic City and they tell you, yo, I'm OT, I call you when I get back.
Right.
You 39 minutes away in a car, nigga. What are you talking about, you OT? So you gotta understand.
Right.
That's what we grow up in. These kids don't know no better.
Right.
These kids actually think that you can't make it as a rapper unless you killed somebody. Unless you did something out here in these streets. This is the mindset.
Yeah.
The only reason why I know is because the police called me and told me once he was murdered. Once he got, because the kid had just got shot 17 times. He was walking with his mom.
Oh.
And he got murdered. And then the police notified me and let me know that he was one of the kids that was pretty much about to get locked up for the murder, but he got murdered first. So, and then, when you do something in the streets know. So, they all on Instagram and they talk, and then, apparently this kid name was the Joker, and, that's what he did, so, but he had to deal with God, that's how I look at it.
Why is that glamorized? Why is going to jail, or I pull that iron out, I put that stick on something, why is that glamorized?
I have no idea. I told you when I was young, we glamorized the person that was getting money, the hustler. That's why rap names was like Gotti. Rap games, it was always somebody that was getting some money. Now, It don't be about no money or nothing. They'll kill you about an Instagram post.
Right.
You said you was gonna slide, you ain't slide yet.
Right.
Now I slid. Like, are you serious?
Right.
So it don't make no sense. And it's no answer for it. It's just flat out plain stupidity.
What up, my people? You tuned into the 7-Day Theory. Hard body, hard spirit. Check this. Gillie da Kid's son. First of all, R.I.P. God bless Gillie. I know this is one of the worst things that can happen, and one of the nightmares this is a nightmare for parents. As a parent myself, this is something that we think about and hope never happens to our babies, to our kids. Noah Scurry, from everybody that talked to him, said he was a good kid, lit up the room, caused no problems. The teachers was talking about him, he caused no problems, and this is a perfect example of not living your truth. And on my channel, I always say this is something we have to do, is live our truth, right? This kid was not living his truth. Living your truth is presenting the world who you actually are, and not being one person like you're some good upstanding citizen, but behind closed doors you doing some of the most worst things known to man. And when this happened at the time, the internet was saying this, the rumors were saying that this kid might be the kid that unalived Gillie's son. Gillie was on Club Shay Shay. He confirmed it. He said the police came to him right after, and this kid, he was 17 years old, had a bright future ahead of him, star athlete, got unalived in front of his mother. He faced street justice before he could be arrested and face justice from the law. And when he got unalived, the police went to Gillie and told him, like, yeah, he was about to be arrested. He was being investigated. This is the kid that did this to your son. And Gillie's son is a prime example of being at the wrong place at the wrong time. This is why we really got to pay attention and be aware of our surroundings and where we're at. I mean, no one could tell the future, right? But a lot of times, some things can be avoided by just not going places, right? Certain things can be avoided by just not going out to the club or going to this street or going to that street. But at the same time, we do not have a crystal ball. We don't know what's happening. Our neighbors could have beef, and somebody could start shooting at your neighbor's house, and it goes through your house and could hit you, right? We don't know these things are gonna happen. Gillie said his son didn't have no beef. He wasn't beefing with this kid. He was just at the wrong place at the wrong time, caught astray, unfortunately. This is deeper than rap. This is really deeper than rap. And this kid supposedly had he had a few bodies, allegedly. And at the time, people questioned, hey, should we blame the mother? Who should we blame here? Look, once you're 12 years old, this kid was 17. He knew right from wrong. When you're 12 years old and up, you know right from wrong. And really before that, for real, if we're really being honest, really like 10, 11, you know right from wrong. You know what you're doing. So at 17, he definitely knew what he was doing. But this music, and Gillie da Kid, they said something important there. They say, oh, when back in the 90s, early 2000s, because me and Gillie is almost the same age, probably. I'm 38. He's probably somewhere around there. Shannon Sharpe's probably a little older. He said it was all about money. When all the rappers it was all about getting money, right? And really, the selling of narcotics too. But what comes with the selling of narcotics? Violence, street justice, robberies. These things all occur, and these things were all talked about in the music in the 80s and in the 90s and in the early 2000s. So no, everybody was not on, oh, we're just getting money, and no rappers talked about fighting. No rappers talked about carrying pistols. No rappers talked about unaliving people. They did. They did. Rappers talked about bodying people, whether it was metaphorical or literal. These things happen. Gucci Mane bragged about the bodies he caught. A lot of rappers bragged about what they carry and what they'll do to you if you step to them. So these things have been brainwashing us since since the 80s, the hip hop and brainwashing. And Gillie said it in the interview. He said, yes, Gillie's a rapper. He was pushing the same type of street life he was pushing that got his son. And this is the ironic part, is that Gillie was a rapper, was a street rapper, was pushing that. He was in beefs. He had a battle with Lil Wayne, so-called battle with Lil Wayne, had beef with other rappers. He promoted the street life, the same street life that unfortunately took his son. Now, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm talking about, of the glorification. This is deeper than rap, right? These things are not just music to us. And as an adult, as a grown man, if you got any type of wisdom, you know that the stuff that they were saying on the records when we was kids is not the way. It's all lies. It's all bull. And Gillie said it. He said it's dumb, it's stupid. He don't know why. I can tell you why. That these kids, some of them, not all, some of them, do not have father figures. They don't have that role model to look up to, or they might have their mom, but look, their mom, I'm a man and my mom can't relate to me because I'm a man, she's a woman, right? And in some respects that's true, in some other respects that's not. Women can still teach young men how to be men, but to relate completely, no woman can do that, right? Because they're not a man. But growing up, a lot like me, like myself, grew up without a father. What did I turn to guide me? Is my other friends and the music. The music guided me and told me what was cool, what was being a man today, what was being a man back then, and I believed it. And back in my younger years, I rapped and I really thought about. And he said, look, these kids today, they really. And really, yes, it has, with the invention of drill music and the whole Chicago movement, it really pushed forward the idea of, if you're a rapper, you gotta have bodies. And you gotta have bodies. This pushed it to the forefront, right? Where maybe Dylan in the past was the forefront, or whoever had the most money was in the forefront, even though other stuff was talked about. The drill music and the Chicago scene really pushed having bodies to the forefront. In mainstream, pushing this to our babies. And we know this is not true. The Bible says, do not envy men of violence. Do not. There is no glorification in violence. There's not. It's only destruction, death, and despair, and depression, mothers crying, brothers crying, fathers, right? This is all it leads to. Or you yourself mean the early grave. That's the only thing it leads to. These things that they were pushing to us were not true. We were brainwashed, and kids are being brainwashed today from the music. And Gillie was talking about it. Look, as a 38-year-old man, I could listen to a drill music, listen to a drill song, just like I'm watching what is it, John Wick. I can watch a John Wick movie and I don't want to go catch a body after it. It's just art, it's just entertainment to me. A 14-year-old, a 13-year-old, 12-year-old me is going to take that, is going to really internalize that and think that, oh yeah, I need to do this. And especially if I want to be a rapper, now I really got to do this. Because when I was rapping, I was putting dealing in my music, even though I was dealing on a small time level and wasn't for that long. I was really thinking to myself, well, can I say this? I didn't really do that. So can I really put this in my music? And if I want to put this in my music, then I really got to be real about it. So now I need to do it, right? These are the thoughts that kids have when they want to be rappers. And even the kids that don't want to be rappers, they're internalizing it and taking it as to, yes, this is the way to be. This is tough. This is being a man. Is dealing. Is catching bodies. Is having a whole bunch of women, right? These things are all false. It's all demonic. It's all wicked. We know this now, but the kids today, if they don't have a strong role model in their life to teach them, like, no, this ain't it. If they don't have a father figure in their life to tell them this is not it. And let's be honest, y'all, even some kids with both parents in the home still go down this road. Still, right? Because the allure and the glorification of this music in media and in just the world in general is prevalent and is very impactful. This is what we really need to knock off. We really need to stop. We need to have a rebirth, right? And really rethink what needs to be pushed to the forefront and what we're supporting. Anything demonic, anything wicked, anything about destroying our community and destruction needs to go. It needs to end. We need to stop that. We really need to be on uplifting each other. Look, if we look at each other as brothers and sisters, we'll be a lot more further, and we'll be less likely to catch a body, because this man, I look at this man or woman like my brother or sister. We are all brothers or sisters because we're all children of God. Straight up. That's the realest thing I can ever tell you. We are all children of God, and if we look at each other as such, we'll be less likely to beef, to say negative things about people, and or just get in conflicts in general, right? Empathy is a big thing. Some people don't have it. A lot of people don't have it. But the kids today, and look, this is not a new thing. Being tough, associating being tough with a man has been a way of thinking and an idea since humans were born. Look at David and Goliath. How old was David when he stepped up and said, "Yeah, I'll fight him," and to embody them, right? David was a teenager. He might have been like 12 years old. Body Goliath. Being tough and being an aggressor and really an alpha male, these things are like, it's really animalistic, but it's been a thing for forever. Young men, including myself included, think and thought that, look, to be tough, to be considered a man, to get respect, I gotta show that I'm willing to cause violence to another man. These are what young boys are trying to prove themselves as men. And this is the type of thing they do. And then it goes as far as going into the music, and the music makes them go and catch bodies because they want to be real, and they want to be the biggest, toughest gangster out there, and they want to be the biggest rapper, the biggest, toughest rapper out there. So they really got to do this. And this is all false. It's all fake. We know this. This is not a new thing, right? So this way of thinking has been going on for years and years, and I argue it needs to stop. Being tough is not how much drugs. So being tough is not how many bodies you got. As a 38-year-old man, being tough is taking care of your family. Being tough is paying your bills. Being tough is waking up, going to work every day, taking care of your family, making sure their needs is met. Doing homework with your kids, that's tough, right? Disciplining your kids in the right way, that's tough. Being a role model, being a positive influence on other people is tough, right? With all the negativity. I know this world could be wicked, it could be dark, it could be a lot of things. We move in the light over here. It's tough to move in the light. It's tough to live in truth. That's what tough is. Tough is not, oh, I could beat up whoever. I could catch how many bodies, right? That's not tough. It's all leads to, all it is destruction and despair and destroying our community, and it needs to stop. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. God bless Gillie, and RIP to his son. Like, share, subscribe. We got memberships now, $1.99 a month. Shout out to the first member, Angela Reddick. Love you, can't thank you enough. And all my moderators, everybody that watches, we over 2K now. Keep your head up and your eyes open. I'm out.
You're now listening to the 7 Day